Hello and welcome to the program. My name is Taylor Liss and today I'm going to be showing a brief overview of the game Combat Commander Europe. Combat Commander Europe is a war game that was designed by Chad Jensen and released by GMT Games in 2006. The game focuses on infantry combat during the European theater of World War II. In the game, you take control of either Axis forces, led by Germany, or Allied forces, led by America or Russia. This particular game is known for its intense combat and story-like gameplay that combines random events with strategy and tactics to help create a different experience every play. GMT is a company that I personally applaud for their commitment to making games that run smoothly, look great, and have been play-tested until every last bug has been eliminated. Their instruction booklets are extremely well laid out and help to make their games easy to learn without sacrificing the depth of gameplay. Combat Commander Europe is no exception. This game is hard to describe with text alone, so that is why I've created this video walkthrough of a typical game session. In this way, you can see how a game plays out and what it is exactly that makes this game in particular so great. I won't try to bog you down too much with the rules, but at some points it is necessary. So without any further ado, let's take a look at Scenario 2, Hedgerows and Hand Grenades. In this scenario, the Allied forces are attempting to push through rough terrain on the outskirts of Pont Herbert in Normandy, France. Objective 1 is located on the far right of the map and has a single house with some hedges for cover. Objective 2 is located near the bottom center of the map and is another house with a few hedges. Objective 3 is located in the center of the map and is next to Objective 4, which spans an area of 2 hexes. Both contain houses. Objective 5 is also close to the center of the map. It is the only objective that does not have a house for cover. Before we begin, let's take a look at the track display which has been set up in accordance to the scenario outline in the Combat Commander Europe playbook. The Allies, on the left, have their surrender level set at 9. The Axis, on the right, have their surrender level set to 8. The Axis player starts with control of all 5 objective points on the map, and subsequently starts with 10 victory points. The time track is set at 0, with the sudden death marker placed at 8. This makes for a comparatively long game session. At the start of the game, there is one open objective chit. Its condition is that for each objective a player controls, they gain 2 victory points. Each player also is allowed to draw one secret objective chit. The Allies have drawn objective chit E, which gives 1 victory point to the controller of objective 5. The Axis have drawn objective chit M, which gives 3 victory points also to the controller of objective 5. This will make for an interesting game as both players will try to push for Objective 5 without emphasizing the importance of its capture. The Allied player is the first to place his troops, but since he is attacking, he is only able to place them on the first 3 hex columns of the game board. The defending Axis player will place his units after the Allied player, but will do so on any hex column after the first 3. The Allied player has decided to keep his units tight, so as to utilize all of his leader's command radiuses, and also so that he may choose a path of least resistance after the Axis player has placed his units. On the lower half of the game board, we can see that the Allied player has placed his machine gun in a group of trees for extra protection, while still allowing a clear shot at the house on Objective 3. On the upper part of the map, he has placed his mortar team near the northern house. The rest of his units are kept close but behind cover. Now it is the Axis player's turn to place his units. To match the mortar unit in the north, the Axis player has placed a heavy machine gun in the nearby house under the support of a leader. The Axis player has also heavily fortified the house at Objectives 3 and 4 with plenty of troops, leaders, and machine guns. He's also fortified Objective 5 with a leader and a light machine gun. This may be a giveaway to the Allied player that Objective 5 is important. The Axis player has also placed a conscript on Objective 1 and 2, as both are needed to make sure he keeps control of the field. After the Axis player has placed his units, the Allied player is allowed to put Lieutenant Blankenship, who was acting as a forward observer, on any spot not already occupied by a German unit. Seeing as there was no effective position for Blankenship to be deployed behind enemy lines, the Allied players decided to keep him close to the rest of his main forces. The battleground is now set. Let's move on to round 1 and see how things play out.